So one of the things that my friend Cody Miller talked me into was looking for a sloth encounter. So we're at the beach this week and have learned that the Gulf Coast Zoo in Gulf Shores, Alabama, not only has a sloth encounter, but also has a lemur encounter. So we piled up this morning. We're 2 hours out, and we're going to experience monkeys and sloths. And
is a lemur a monkey?
yeah, lemur's a striped monkey.
It's a boomafoo, bro.
A boomafoo.
What's it?
Ever watch PBS?
Did you ever watch Penguins of Madagascar?
Yeah.
Doesn't a lemur have a striped tail monkey with a little white striped tail?
Dude, y'all
Madagascar, right?
Madagascar.
look up Zaboomafoo.
Zaboomafoo. Y'all look it up. We'll get right back with you.
And you and Zaboomafoo, come along and see what's new. We're doing the things that animals do.
So we are here waiting in line. We're next in line at the lemur encounter. So we'll get to, in about 15 minutes, we'll get to plane. So while we're waiting, I'm going to come talk to Joseph, who is here looking at some of his closer relative friends. Is it an alpaca or a llama, or what's the difference?
No idea, but he's down the road.
Let's go over the rules before we go in there. I do need everybody to remain seated on the bench. You guys are welcome to switch seats on the bench. You can slide around on the bench, move on the bench. That's all good, but I do need you guys to stay seated over on that side. With the lemurs, you can touch, rub, scratch, play with, all over, okay? The one thing you cannot do is pick them up. Other than that, bellies, armpits, backs, chins. And then if you have any questions at all, let me know. When we move in here, y'all can go stand by there or take a seat. I'm gonna grab the little one that's out in the corner, out from under there, so we can all spread out. Even if you're not sitting by a lemur to start, I will move them around, so everybody will move hands.
Okay. Okay.
So if one of you guys wants to sit on this corner, I'm gonna move her.
What's going on, Carly?
And then I'm gonna grab this guy right here. Up, and there we go. There we go. All right.
Okay. So, all right, first thing I noticed is the different colors.
Yes.
The red and then the black and white. So I've never seen the red. They're all lemurs, I guess, whatever. Talk through what's going on.
So they are two separate species.
Video.
So we have red ruff and black and white ruff lemurs. So really the main difference is their coat color. However, they can't breed together. So that kind of differentiates them as a species. Technically they are subspecies because they are so closely related to each other. As you can see, you know, they look exactly the same except for their color. But I get that question a lot if they're different breeds.
Male and female red, male and female black and white.
We have one male and female of each in here right now. I get that question a lot though. If it's like a dog breed, if you can breed them together, and that is genetically they cannot reproduce. So
Cool.
that's what's happening.
So you can play. Did they are one of the two more friendly or more fun or have different personality traits?
Black and whites are a little more independent. Red ruff lemurs are a little more pack oriented. They will cohabitate in the wild, so they will form big family groups. But the black and whites are a little more.
This is like a lap dog right here.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, they like cats too. So let me know if you're overwhelmed because she may get stubborn and stick on your hat on.
Oh no, they're not. They won't be overwhelmed at all.
He's looking at my bald head.
Is he looking at your
He
head?
likes the salt.
Yeah. A lot of times sweaty hats or hats that have been at the beach, anything like that.
Yeah, this
are
hat was
salty.
in the ocean yesterday.
Yeah, that's a
So he likes the salt.
mine for him.
That's great.
Note to self: put your hat in the ocean
That's
before
right,
you
the
come.
day before,
All
yeah.
right, so how old are they? So, do you know, like?
Yeah, about 14 months. They're about a year and 2 months.
Oh wow, they're pretty good size for that. How big do they get? How long do they live?
They live generally 25 to 30 years.
Wow.
They will about double in size. So black and whites will hit 10 pounds. They're all hitting like 6.5 pounds now, so they've got a little more. Red ruffs will hit about 7 to 8 pounds. We do have 6 full grown. We have a bachelor troop on the front island. It's 6 full grown ruff lemurs.
So where's their natural origin? Like
Madagascar.
Well, I was about to ask, but I didn't want to do the whole cliche of the
Yes,
cartoon.
no.
So
that movie is correct. That's the only spot in the world you can find lemurs. So there's about 101 different species and subspecies of lemur, and they're all on that island in Madagascar.
So how did they get here? Have these been breeded here, or did these come?
We are partnered with a conservation in Tampa, Florida. And so they're bred down there. When we get them, when they're about 6 to 8 weeks, and then we will keep them for a year and a half, and then we send them back down to the conservation. So we only keep them when they're young. We're basically socializing them so they know people are friendly, and they can approach people if a vet needs to do a vet check or anything like that.
Can you own them as a pet, or is it?
You cannot. It is illegal because they're endangered. So it is illegal
In the states in general, is
Yes,
that a
ma'am.
national thing?
I'm not 100% sure. There could be states that give permits, but a lot of times you would have to set up as a conservation center. You'd have to have a lot of regulation, federal and state regulations. In Alabama, I know 100% sure it's illegal,
Yeah.
and most of the states, I believe, it is illegal.
So do they eat fruits, vegetables? Are they meat eaters at all?
They are not. They are technically known as frugivores. So in the wild, that means they eat fruits and flowers. Here we can't ship in a bunch of flowers for them, so we supplement that with vegetables and these little biscuits right here, leaf eater biscuits. So that just kind of mimics a lot of plant matter and stuff they get. They're like little kids though. When they get their food, they go through the sweet stuff, so they eat all the fruit, and then they throw all the healthy stuff away.
Yeah.
So they'll come back later when they're actually hungry, and you can see it's all over, and they'll find it and eat the rest of the healthy stuff.
Their hands are so cool.
Look at their fingernails. It's just like ours.
I love it.
Yeah,
oh my
real
goodness.
fingernails, fingerprints. They all have unique fingerprints.
Oh God.
They
cool.
do have opposable thumbs like a human on their hands and feet, so they've got us beat on the feet.
So they can open their iPhone with.
They actually can, yeah. So I've had a lot of times, people will bring in iPads or iPhones, and if they see it, they'll touch it, and the phone will register it as a finger. We'll let you guys share now. Time to move. We'll get into it.
They could smell. You think they smell the salt every?
No, not like that.
He's like, what in the world's going on over there that he likes so much?
Now he's
all over your hat now, bro. He's licking the back of my head now.
All right. So you won the favorites.
Yeah, I am the
And
favorite.
the
My hat is soaking wet.
Soaking wet. Gross. So gross.
Hey, key to having a successful interaction is dump your hat in the ocean. They
day
love
before.
the day before.
Yeah,
They love the
salty.
salt, and they found it pretty quickly.
All right. Are you glad you came?
Glad I came.
I'm 3 years old and Sylvia is 6 years old.
Okay.
But they are both fully grown. Just Sylvia is on the bigger side for a two-toed Linnaeus sloth.
So it's a male and female. I'm assuming by
Yes,
name.
ma'am. And you gotta shut that gate whenever you're last again.
How old are they when they begin to mate? And
So they're definitely full-grown adults now, so it's just up to the females at that point when they want to. But when they are ready, they'll actually in the wild make a very loud mating call. And since they're solitary animals, that's like her saying for any males in the area, hey, I'm right here, like who's here?
so do they? How many do they have a litter?
It's just gonna be one per litter just because they have to carry them on their stomachs, so that's not a lot of space for them to do more than one. That one's Sylvia, this one's Herbert, and he probably won't move. Herbert is doing exactly what Herbert does, which is this, but you can touch them all right here if you want. And then you'll probably notice that they're both holding onto the rope. They'll do that because that's an instinct for them. So the perches that they're laying down on would technically be a canopy of branches, and the rope would be another branch. They just basically, pretty sure they don't want to just hold on to the same thing they're laying down on. It's just an instinct not to do that. Yeah, they're super sweet.
Very long hair, and it's
Very,
kind of dry. And all right. So where are they? Where are they from?
They're native to Central and South America. So very humid, very hot all the time. So these guys actually can't regulate body temperatures like we can. So shaking, shivering, all that stuff, that's not even in their like things they can do.
I don't even know where her face is.
Yeah, so if I can squeeze my eyes actually.
Oh, I see her over there.
Yeah, so this is like the rear end and then it curls all the way up and she probably just has her arms covering her face right there. But when we offer her food, hopefully she don't show her face.
There she is.
This way. Yeah. All right. So whoever wants to come first, you can actually take this from me, and you're just going to put it in her mouth and then take the stick out.
Oh, look at you.
So those sharp teeth is what I was talking about.
Yeah, her
You also
eyes
catch
look-
them, and then
Her
there's-
eyes do look like
Very
they're.
small, yeah. If you can just stick more towards the back, yeah. And then whoever wants to go next.
Alright.
Yeah.
Liking that.
Well, she's eating pretty quick though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're faster than you'd think, but it's also still not like actually fast. It's slow, but not as slow as you would think a sloth would be.
Like she can
If
hurt
that
you with
makes
those
any
teeth.
sense. Yeah, they're like razor sharp. They're actually molars, so not canines, but they're constantly grinding those two teeth together all the time that they are going to be really sharp constantly and a very fine point. You do not want to get bit by those. And then the two-toed Linnaeus part is just because they have two claws on their fronts and they're in their backs. So that's why they're called two-toed Linnaeus sloths. And these guys are actually omnivores, so they eat meat too, just like us. But theirs is going to be more towards the side of lizards, frogs, things that are very small that they can fit inside their mouths. Also, that means that obviously they have to be fast to be able to catch that stuff. They just choose to be slow. For the
Yeah, as we
majority
said,
of the
they're not
time.
fast,
Yeah.
right? Or you're saying they are fast when they're hungry.
Yeah, when they want to be or to get away from prey, but it's only on the branches that they can do that because the way that their feet and hands are structured, if they're on the ground, they're pretty vulnerable because they have to drag their bodies across to be able to go anywhere. So like 53 feet in an hour maybe, something like that. So very slow on the ground.
Wow. Every time you get ready to talk, it's almost like Drew when you're talking, she wants to interrupt. Okay, so let's do some baby kangaroos. Oh, I left my bag on. Is that okay?
Hey, y'all can pet any of these. The one that's over there is Aussie. That one right there is Bloat. He's an 11-month-old. He's the oldest one that we have.
He's tiny.
Yeah, well, this one's really tiny.
Hey.
This is Taz. He's only about 6 months old. He's the smallest one. The mama kangaroo pushes them out of the pouch at about 5 months old. So we get them, and they are socialized with humans here. We keep them to about a year and a half, and we send them back. And that way they are socialized, because when these little guys get grown, they're about 6 to 7 feet tall and can get up to about 200 pounds. So they're already used to humans, so if they have to do a wellness check or anything like that, then it's not as stressful for the animal and not as dangerous for the human that's doing it. You can pet him on his chest or up underneath his chin, just not around his eyes or anything like that. Sorry.
Oh, he's licking you.
He is
sweet.
We went to the lemurs and he licked all the salt off his hat.
Yeah, my hat was soaking wet when we left.
I like the
All right, I want one. Where do we purchase?
Well,
Look at him.
You would want
Look
him
at
till
that.
he gets full grown, then you might not want him anymore.
so is this, it feels cool. Is this cool?
There's a frozen water bottle in there so they do not get overheated.
Oh my goodness. You're right. I walk around with you.
Are you jealous?
He had the lemur, let me have the kangaroo.
Hey, tell me Lemmerman. Mr. Lemmerman.
She'd have one and they'd be pregnant again?
They mostly have one, but then.
Hey, buddy.
One will grow.
Mr. Wilson.
That's right, Mr. Wilson. one will grow, but one kind of stays frozen. And then whenever that one gets out of the pouch, the other one will start growing. It'll swap to a different
Shut up.
nipple. It's really crazy.
So she can have one in the pouch and they get pregnant at the same time.
Yeah, well, she's mostly pregnant.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
So within her lifespan, how many will she have? How many Joeys will she have?
I have no telling.
So male and female are both Joeys.
Thank you, Austin.
Thanks, Austin. All right, I know we've got people waiting in line. Do you want your turn? I know. Can he have his turn? And then we'll let people look, she loves me. He. Look, he put his little hand up here saying, don't leave me. All right, so we are staying close to Destin, and it was about a 2.5-hour drive over for us. It was worth the drive while we're here. If you're local to the Coleman area, visiting Gulf Shores, but they're on about 7 acres right now, and someone has donated 25 acres, and they're building a new facility. So they are, I think September the 30th, they'll be moving. So by next summer, they'll have a new location. Prices were not bad. It was either $12 or $14 or $7 to do the different encounters. They let us all go in by ourselves. We didn't have to share with anybody else. We had most of them 15 minutes. We had a lot longer with the kangaroos because we didn't have anybody waiting. But anyway, it was an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I think during the week really made a difference in the amount of
Yeah,
time.
it is Wednesday morning. We were there by 10:30-ish. And we did not spend time around the zoo. We kind of walked through, but didn't spend time like you would take kids to the zoo. So we just kind of zipped at our encounters, took our time doing it. It did make a difference, but we bought our tickets online in advance, so we bought them a couple weeks ago. But anyway, we enjoyed it, had a great time. Hope you enjoyed it too.